Hello, my friends. It's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. Here we go. We're in an angel numerology number 10, which then reduces to a 1 day. And the elements of this number or numerology is new beginnings, because the number 10, which reduces to a 1, signifies the completion of one cycle and the beginning of a new one. It's encouraging us to embrace fresh starts, embracing new endeavors, whether personal or professional, doesn't matter. Leadership and innovation come with those who possess the birth number of a 1. Individuals with strong connection to number are often considered natural leaders with innovative spirits. They are driven to lead and inspired, often finding themselves in positions where they can make a significant impact in the world. Number 1 and 10 people are filled with self-discovery, independent, full of infinite possibilities. So if you have a life path number, which I do in a number 10-1, or any other part of your chart, this suggests the following kind of traits: positive, ambitious, confident, determined, and innovative. All of these things. Possible challenges are almost inevitably what we 10-1 folks work towards. We are constantly feeling the challenge and wanting to meet the challenge. All right, moving on to my isms. I am focused on joy and well-being for myself and others. I am accepting and allowing all the changes in my life with a grateful heart, and so it is. I am a deliberate creator. So when things aren't working out, don't work out, you get disappointed, you get frustrated, you're scratching your head wondering, what do I do now? Likely create something else. Get into the creation mode. You can't make a wrong turn. You really can't. Let's see, what else can we say? Archangel Zadkiel's here with a message. As the Archangel of Forgiveness, I can free you from the unhealthy ties of the past. And, the unhealthy ties to the past that keep you from living in joy. I forgive all prior conflicts in my life. I release the past in favor of peace and healing. I like that. I like that a lot. Lady Portia, she's going to be with us all week long as our Divine Master. Now, Lady Portia is the female counterpart to Saint Germain. They are somewhat the essence of the wonderful violet flame, of which Archangel Zadkiel is. And you notice there's a theme, and I did shuffle, as I do, shuffle, breathe, pray, and the violet, the amethyst came out, hence Lady Amethyst. Now, Lady Amethyst wasn't necessarily known to many of us. She's also known as Amethyst, also known as Holy Amethyst, to remind us all week that we are the light. And I'll read the back of the card because it's just wonderful. You have the light within you, and the light will never go out. Whenever you are facing darkness, this brilliance has the opportunity to shine. Right now, God and the angels are calling you to switch your light on full. Stand in the greatness of your spirit. Do not back down. And be the bringer of good that you were born to be. Your activation affirmation is, I am a light of hope in the world. I don't add, you are a light of hope to the world. When we lift up our hearts, open our eyes, and remember that we were not created to be feared or fearful. There's a God that's within every single human being on the planet that is fearless. You are fearless. We are fearless. Some may want to push and shove and carry on. But that fearless energy that runs in every single one of us, eventually, it's a bit like poking a bear, eventually it's going to roar. Nothing wrong with it, but that's what makes us fearless. Listen, let's move on to where the moon is. Moon's in Taurus. Pretty stubborn, stoic, earthy, deliberate sign. Saturn's being triggered under this Taurus moon, reminding us that if the ego is feeling a bit bent out of shape, is encouraging us not to be angry, get pouty, start pulling a tantrum. It's suggesting we avoid these stubborn traits and behaviors, but rather look at all of these frustrations as personal growth. I have noticed in the last week, personally, that I get creative when I watch people creating, whether that's some kind of crochet pattern, or lately it's been people who do these makeup tutorials, which fascinate me. What fascinates me, more importantly, I guess I should be more deliberate, is these are drag queens, and they start off as what I would consider regular, ordinary men, and with a flick of a brush and a little paint, they transform themselves into these creatures of whatever. And that's like, whoa, we're almost doing that now. I don't know that we should be putting on war paint, but because I think sometimes when we do that, we can transform ourselves and we can create more masks. The idea is to transform yourself into who you always have been, rather than, so that requires us to take down some of these masks, wipe off some of this war paint, and just be. I hope that makes sense. Here we go. I'm using a different deck this week. I'm using the Angels Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray with images by the wonderful Lily Moses. Shuffling away because, there we go. Our fairies are still in the woods. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. So, I do like that a lot. We've kind of like warped into spring in the north and winter in the south. Our solstice has we're on the post-solstice energy, but still, we can look at this. But I'm enjoying this image of our white witch with her horned owl and her berries and her butterfly in her hair. And she is delightfully bringing us a message with that sign, the pentagram, here. I think it's a reminder that we are powerful manifestors, that we have the ability to vibrate with magical energies. The light, underneath it says, be the light. White witches perhaps were in early times, the early pagan traditions, they were feared by powerful people. So the powerful people that feared them ended up destroying them. I don't know what else to say, but they are something of like in folklore, you read about them, Glinda from the Wizard of Oz, all of those things. But anyway, the White Wish's message for all of us today on this 10-1 day is basically suggesting that whatever's going on, you got a choice to accept it or not accept it. You got a choice to be pulled into drama, bickering, carrying on, blaming, shaming, all of these things. But that's only going to limit your joy and your happiness. It's only going to limit your life. It's only going to make you even more and more frustrated. So if you're surrounded by people who are being a bit rude and hostile, or you are in a negative mood, negative situation, perhaps your workplace, perhaps your neighbors, perhaps they're using their yard tools and they're being a bit noisy about it. You're being invited to step into the light. You are being reminded that you're an incredible person that can really bring the light to each and every situation. So now you can change the vibrational energy within yourself, and as the white witch, which we all are, redirect all of it towards love, towards peace, towards understanding, towards gentleness. Protect yourself. And then consider, how can you help the person that is either being picked on, because let's face it, those people that are bullies and they're upset and they're angry and they're flipping us the bird, they want to run us off the road in the streets, they are dealing with something probably a lot greater, a lot angrier, a lot heavier, a lot darker than what we ever know to be. So we just send out that love and that light. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I just smile and wave. But you're the one who could possibly see if you've been creating this drama. Have you been creating a drama for somebody else? Then forgive your prior conflicts. Release the past in favor of peace and healing. As part of a human experience, as part of a human habit, we can be influenced by other people's energies. Most assuredly. It sometimes feels good to bash something. It sometimes feels good to look at things, situations, stories in a way that is not favorable, because it's that mask again. It's covering up the stuff. It is sitting in our place of what we call it power, which is really not. When you're blaming, shaming, pointing fingers, doing it, which, you know, I love that word shady, because shady lives in the shadows. When we're being shady, we're in the shadows. What I love about it is the fearlessness in each one of us recognizes it. Briefly, but they recognize it. I recognize it. Like, oh, I need to step out of that mess. And being creative, whether it is painting, crocheting, gardening, putting pot plants out, hanging ferns if you're in the summer, putting your holiday decorations up if you're in the fall, even at the Yule time, putting all those holiday decorations up. All of those things, all of those activities pull us right out of that feeling of darkness and debauchery. That's all I got to say on all of this. Let me know in the comments if it's making sense to you and if it's not making sense to you. I like hearing from you. Stay tuned. I'll be back in a little while with navigation for the week ahead. All right. Stay well, stay hydrated, stay loved, stay all those things that you need to stay. Stay light. All right. Bye for now.